fans?
What up, Laker fam?
Laker fans!
Let's go, Lakers!
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
We ballin'. But it's purple, or it's gold, baby. We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world, niggas.
LA, I got us. Who with me? Let's roll.
Oh yeah, you already know.
You know what they yell when they see me?
Hurling go, hurling go.
This is Dying's on my way to the
Slam dunk.
Gonna hate her like who
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Champions of the spot. Watch how they watch us. Meet me at the top.
LA, baby.
Nah, we ain't gon' stop. LA be like, Laker fans like, LA be like.
We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world, niggas gonna stop. We ballin'. It's all purple and gold, baby. It's all purple and gold.
What up, Lakers Nation? What it do? What it do? What it do? Lakers crew, welcome back to Lakers Over Everything. We are here for your Wednesday, March 26th edition of the LOEdown, baby. The LOEdown, the LOE Daily Pod. So yeah, we get caught a little bit of everything. LOE, of course, is all short for Lakers Over Everything. So that's the play on the words there, the names. So yeah, just in case you were wondering, I know it's something new here to the channel, but yeah, I wanted to put you on game if you haven't figured it out yet. So yeah, this is the LOEdown Daily Pod. We're here every morning for you guys, or we're going to try to be as best we can. But really fast, also on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just a programming note before we dive in. You can catch me over on the Bleacher Report app every Tuesday, every Thursday, all season long, even the off season, pretty much all year long. We'll be over there breaking things down and talking all things Lakers. We had a show last night, and it wasn't the best show. It wasn't the best show because our Lakers lost. It's so frustrating when the Lakers lose and you got to get on there and talk about it. But, you know, we got to contain ourselves and keep our composure. And we tried, and we did for the most part. But, yeah, it's tough after a loss. But every Tuesday, Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Pacific. 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Let me get it right. 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We're over there again Monday through Friday. We have a show there, but I'm there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So come hang out with your boy, man. I definitely appreciate it. And if this is your first time over here on the LOE channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, man, and comment down below. Let me know this is your first time. I would love to know. And then if you're true to it, not new to it, man, thanks for tapping in. Thanks for showing love, as always. It's greatly appreciated. All right, let's dive right in, man. Let's dive right in. So, again, it's Wednesday, March 26th already. Wow. That means we have only a matter of weeks to go in the regular season. Oh, man. So, the Lakers' final game this season went by fast. I guess when you have everything we had going on, you don't do any trades in the summer, or fast forward all the way back, rewind it all the way back to last year's deadline, no moves, and then fast forward to the summer, no moves. So it was a disappointing offseason. Then you get to the season, and, you know, the hopes is just, let's try to maintain. I think I came into the season not optimistic at all. I thought that the Lakers' ceiling was the 6th seed, get out of the play-in, not in the play-in, but make the playoffs as the 6th seed. I thought they were good enough to do that, but in regards to winning a title, I thought our chances were very, very slim. I thought that we were mid-second tier. I did not think that we were a contender at all. But man, how things have changed, because now I want all the smoke. Now I got the Lakers coming out the West, and I got us beating Boston, and I got us winning Larry O'Brien 18 and tying those dumbass Celtics. That's what I got the Lakers doing. I'm still holding on to that in spite of losing 7 of the last 10, in spite of losing our last 3. hey, baby, we still gonna do this thing. I'm gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off. I'm not in the camp of, oh, you got Luka, but that's for down the road. You know, you gotta wait until the summer till you get you a big, and you gotta do that, and you gotta do that. Shut all that shit up. That ain't what we doing. We winning the championship this year. I believe it. I still feel it, and we gonna right this wrong. We gonna be all right. We gonna right this wrong, and we gonna make this thing right, and we gonna ball, man. Speaking of balling, Luka's been balling. How about Luka's month of March? The man is scoring 31 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, a couple of steals. Luka is balling in the month of March, man. Shout out to Luka. And in his 18 games as a Laker, we're talking 27 points, 8.6 rebounds, 7.8 assists. So in his 18 games, his 18 career games as a Laker, 27 points, pretty much 9 rebounds and 8 assists. And then in the month of March, he's ramping it up. 31 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. That's what you want to see. So we're starting to slowly creep back into the Luka Doncic's top 3 player in the NBA. Yeah, I said it. We're starting to inch back closer and closer to that. It was hard to say it when he first got here because the man had missed 6 weeks. he had missed a lot of basketball. Hadn't played since December. 6 weeks. It was longer than that, right? He hadn't played since Christmas. And, you know, he didn't make his Laker debut until February. So, yeah, he had missed a long time. Longer than 6 weeks. He had missed a long time. But now we're starting to see it. We're starting to see his scoring prowess. Now, it's one thing to watch it from a distance. I've always been a fan of his, you know, watching him in Dallas, in particular when he played us. That's the only time I didn't want to see the man score. But, you know, deep down, you know, you still love to see it. you still love to see Luka Doncic play. So I've been, but now watching him every single night, it's just insane. It is insane. It is insane. I'm loving it. And he's starting to ramp it up. And I still think he has another level. He has another gear to hit. I really do believe that. Maybe even 2 gears, right? We saw what Luka did in the playoffs last year. A quick note about Luka. Luka is second in points per game average in the postseason. Second in the history of the NBA behind Michael Jordan. That's it. That's the only guy ahead of him. He's second points per game during the postseason. That is insane. And you saw it last year. He carried that team to the finals. So we know what he can do. Again, I don't think we're at that level yet. We've seen spurts of it here and there, but he's capable of doing that every single night. And once we figure some things out offensively and he begins to get even more comfortable, I think we'll start seeing that he is getting comfortable, you know, by the game by game. I thought he took a little step back the last couple of games because you had to integrate LeBron back. Him and AR were doing so well together. They were playing so well, but now you add LeBron back, you add Rui back. So, you know, it's tricky waters that they're trying to navigate through, but they're going to be all right with Luka. His basketball IQ, LeBron's basketball IQ, JJ Redick's basketball IQ, and Scotty Brooks and those assistant coaches. I think we're going to be fine, even include Austin in that. But he's starting to ramp it up, and I love to see it. You love to see it. And again, I think he can be even better. I really do. He's shooting 43% in the month of March, 43% from 3. 43% from 3. Absolutely insane, man. The Lakers, we finally got us a shooter. And we know he's going to jack them things up. And it's just a marvel to watch, you know, him jack it up and for those things to fall and to go in. It's insane, especially at the high volume that he shoots, the high amount of threes that he shoots, man. That's something that we just have not had as a Lakers fan base, as the Lakers nation. We haven't had that. So to have that now and to see it, I'm still in shock when I watch it. I don't think that I believe it until I see Luka holding up, you know, that Larry O'Brien trophy, which he's going to do, you know, in June, in a couple of months here. So I cannot wait, man. And it's just exciting to see. But again, shout out to Luka, man. In the month of March, 31-9-9. We want to see this Lakers offense start to click a little bit more. I think last night was tough. Or 2 nights ago was tough. Monday night was tough. Only 106 points in the game. You had an 18-point third quarter. That's what we cannot see. And Luka's been balling in the first quarters, right? The first halves. He had 21 again on Monday night in that first first half, he had he's averaging just under 11 points. 11 points in the first quarters. We're going to need that to kind of carry over into the second half. We saw a little bit more of it on Monday. But another thing the Lakers haven't had throughout this entire LeBron AD era is a closer. Well, we haven't had like a killer, someone who can go and close those games for us. And Luka is that. He can do that. He can be that. And as we enter into this final stretch, these final 11 games, we're going to need that from Luka. So we're going to need him to come out and get off to those fast starts. But we're also going to need Luka to close things out for us again and be that closer for us. And again, I think he will. He'll fill everything out. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned about it. Again, I don't think the Lakers are anywhere near their ceiling. I think there's so much more to go offensively. Like their ceiling, I say it all the time, their ceiling is like best in the NBA. I'm not talking about top 5. I'm talking about top 2 and not number 2. We're talking about best in the NBA. That's their ceiling. Now, obviously, the more games you play, the more you'll see that. Again, it's only been 18 games. You only got 11 of them. So if we can figure things out offensively over these next 11, you get into the playoffs. In the playoffs, he's going to be even more potent, right? So I'm just excited. I can't wait to see it. And now that leads us to the Lakers' defense. Defense. So let me give you these numbers here. So in the first 40 games of the season, the Lakers had a 22-18 record. That was the Lakers' record in the first 40 games of the season. And defensively, they ranked 24th in the NBA, right? Okay, and then they do the DFS trade, right? And then obviously a month later, you do the big Luka trade. But that DFS trade, that's when things started to shift a bit. You moved D'Lo, you got DFS, and our defense started to climb up a little bit. So over those next 21 games, so we're talking about games 41 through 42, the Lakers went 18-3. Of course, that was their big stretch, that big stretch of games where they were the hottest team in the NBA, the best team in the NBA, and we all know why. Their defense was number 1 in the entire NBA. So those next 21, 18-3, you're first in the NBA. These last 10 games, right? These last 10 games over the last couple of weeks, they have a record of 3-7. 3-7. So we know they lost 7 of their last 10. We know they had an 0-4 road trip a couple of weeks ago, and now they're riding a 0-3 skid here. So over these last 10 games, 3-7, and their defense has dropped to 23rd in the NBA. So that is something that we have to correct. You absolutely have to correct that. And again, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. The reason why this is unacceptable is one thing, and this is what we all thought. We thought that when we acquired Luka, that the defense was going to take a major slip, right? You lost AD, which is one of the best players in the entire NBA. When he's healthy, he's probably the best player in the entire NBA. Best defensive player in the entire NBA, right? And then you lost Max Christie, which was one of our better perimeter defenders. So we thought that we would take a slip, but no, they didn't. Jackson Hayes, he was crucial to it. He held it down at that center spot, and everyone just stepped up. LeBron, you have to give him credit. What he was doing defensively, doing that 18-3 run over that 21-game stretch that the Lakers went on. So he was absolutely amazing. I think a lot of that was because, one, he was just rejuvenated, with the Luka trade. And then 2, with Luka, it freed up LeBron offensively. He didn't have to do as much offensively. He didn't have to be a playmaker. And he was scoring some easy buckets on that side, on that end of the court. And it kind of translated to the energy that he had on the defense. And we got to get back to that. And I think we will. As of late, the last couple of games, LeBron's been back. He has not looked anywhere near as good as he was looking. But again, when you take 2 weeks off at 40 years old, 22 years in the league, you kind of get thrown off rhythm a bit. As great as LeBron is, he has to work himself back, get his legs back under him and all that stuff. I'm not worried about it. He'll figure that out. And I think as we draw closer to the end of the season and into the playoffs, he'll take his defense up to an even another level, if that's even possible, because he was playing some great defense, like all NBA caliber defense LeBron was playing. And, Coach JJ mentioned it time and time again, how he was pretty much the engine, in the Lakers defense, playing so well, playing as good as they did. So again, I think that'll continue, but everyone else, we got to figure that out. And we talked about it on yesterday's show. I think one of the issues has been the offense has been struggling a bit, and those struggles have kind of taken away our defense. The offensive struggles have kind of carried over into our defense. And you get that with these role players. If they're not knocking down shots, then I think they kind of get in their head and, they take a step back defensively, right? And that's just something you can't do. You cannot allow your lack of production or your struggles or difficulties on the offensive end reflect over to the defensive end. You cannot do that. If you're not knocking down shots, you got to play some good defense. That's a must. You have to do that. And we got to get back to that. Vando's defense. And Vando, I don't know if he's all the way right. We know he's dealing with a groin. I don't know if he's all the way right because there were spurts during that, that run, that 18-3 run where Vando was looking like the Vandalorian, right? He was killing it defensively and energy and all that. But as of late, we kind of haven't seen that. He's kind of struggled a bit. He's been grabbing some rebounds, so you got to give him credit there. But we've seen it in spurts here and there, but it hasn't been consistent every single night. Now, last night was a little different. He was in foul trouble. Jackson Hayes was in foul trouble. Jackson Hayes was in foul trouble, so it kind of messed them up defensively. But we got to get back. He has to get back to being that lockdown defender, whether it's on the guards or whether it's on some of the wings, whatever the case may be. And that's something the Lakers have been struggling with as of late. And we'll see it again today against Indiana later tonight. Tyrese Halliburton, another big guard who can do everything, right? He can put the ball on the floor. He can shoot the three, whatever. But those big guards have been something, or big guards or big point forwards, whatever you want to call them. That's been something the Lakers have been struggling with. Those athletic guards, the quick guards, the big guards, the guards who can put the ball on the court and attack. Even Kobe White, he's not the biggest guy, but he was putting the ball on the floor and attacking, and he absolutely crushed the Lakers. And then obviously Franz Wagner, he did the same, and you're going to see it to an even more cerebral degree in Holly later tonight. So Vando, we really need him to get back to being the Vandalorian and locking those guys up. He's going to be the key for us, a major key for us in the playoffs. I think DFS is more of a wing guy, but Vando is a guy who can really guard, stick those guards, and you can really throw on some of those guards, right? Because what's happening when these guards are able to penetrate, when they're able to penetrate and get to the cup and do whatever they want on offensive end, or when you have guys knocking down shots, everyone else knocking down shots, it puts Luka and it puts AR in tough spots. It puts them in spots where they're on the island out there on the perimeter, and that's barbecue chicken all night. We already know that those aren't the guys you want in single coverage out there on the perimeter by themselves. You just don't want that, right? And we know that's the Lakers' philosophy. Their philosophy, their defense is predicated on swarming and helping, rotating off the non-shooters, right? Packing into that paint and allowing you to hit those guys on the perimeter. And if you're making those shots, then it makes the defense look really, really bad. It makes the defense look like a bottom 10 bottom 10 defensive team, and that's what we've been seeing as of late. Orlando knocked down shots, Chicago knocked down shots. So, and that's the thing, that defense works to an extent, but you can't rely on that for 4 quarters or for 48 minutes. You're going to have to figure some other stuff out and do something different, because you leave guys open. This is the NBA. If you leave shooters open, even if they're not the best shooters, if you leave them open, they're going to knock down some shots. So, again, we got to make some adjustments, figure that out. I believe we will. McMillan And JJ, I think they will. We'll figure it out. The thing is, we've seen the Lakers defense play well. We've seen them be a top defense, right? The number one defense. Now, do I believe that that's what they are, that they are the number one? No, I don't believe that. However, I think that they're so good offensively, they're going to, and they're going to be so much better offensively. Again, it leaves a lot of grace on the defensive end, right? So we just need to be a top 10. If we're a top 10 defense, and our offense is clicking on all cylinders, then yeah, again, I believe that our ceiling is the best offense in the entire NBA. So if we're playing at that caliber, or like one of the top offenses in the NBA, defensively, you can have a little bit of slippage, right? But again, I say a little bit of slippage. I don't think that the slippage should be too drastic, because we've seen them play so long as a top defense. So that's what, it's not a fluke. We saw that for 2 months straight. We saw that for more than a quarter of the season. So that's not a fluke, and I believe that we can get back to that. And again, I believe if you pair that with what we can be offensively, then yeah, I think we're straight. We're in a really great spot. Really, really great spot. Now, let me talk about the standings really fast. So, unfortunately, Memphis, they won on last night. They beat the Utah Jazz, which means they jumped us. We came in, or as of last night, before that game, we had identical records, but they now have jumped us. We were both 43 and 28, but now they're 44 and 28. So they're going to jump us for the 4 seed, unfortunately. So they're the 4th seed as of right now. Obviously, if the Lakers win tonight, then we can get back there. I don't know if Memphis plays tonight. I didn't check that. I'll check it before I get out of here. But, we need to win tonight. That's why that 3-game skid, losing to Chicago at home, that hurt. That hurt us a lot in the standings. Again, we didn't move. Even though we've been losing, everyone else has been losing as well. Like Memphis, they were riding a 3-game skid before getting a win against Utah. So everyone else has been losing. So thank God for that. But had the Lakers been winning while everyone else is losing, then we would have created a lot of separation. Now, looking at it, again, as of right now, Memphis is a half a game ahead. But again, we can catch them. We win tonight, we can catch them. But the Warriors, they're only 2 games behind us now. In the loss column, they only have 30 losses. We have 28, so they're only 2 games. However, we do have the tiebreaker over them, so that's something to keep in mind. And you go further or beyond that. I want to look at the Clippers. The Clippers are now the 7th seed. They have 31 losses. The Lakers have 28, but we do own the tiebreaker, so that's 3 games in the loss column. But again, you got the tiebreaker, so that's technically 4 games in the loss column that you have on them. So there's only 11 games in the season. So doing the math, that's what everyone, I got a lot of questions about that. Can the Lakers slip down to the play-in? There's only 11 games left. You have a 3-game lead, right? So that means the Lakers, if the Lakers win 8 games, 8 of the last 11, then that pretty much wipes that out. There's no way that the Clippers can catch them. The Clippers, the Timberwolves, or any of those teams down there can catch them because you have a 3-game lead. So 8 games, win 8 games, and then that's that. That's a wrap. Even if the Clippers go undefeated here on out, they win the rest of their games, or the Timberwolves. Now, in the Timberwolves, you got a 4-game lead. So it's even worse for them. But even if the Clippers win out, right, they go however many games they got left, 11-0 or whatever the case may be. Doing the math, that's the Lakers' magic number. If they win 8 of the last 11, the Clippers go undefeated. They can't catch us in the loss column. So each game is getting more and more important. Each win is getting more and more important. Now, do I believe the Clippers are going to go undefeated? No, I don't. I don't think they are. So it gives you a little more wiggle room in there, right? We just have to be 3 games better than the Clippers as we wrap this thing up. So basically, the Lakers would have to fall apart to fall down there. They would just absolutely have to fall apart. With only 11 games, there's not a lot of room for the Clippers to catch us. I mean, the Lakers would have to go they would have to do something like win only four of the last 11, and the Clippers, wins 8 of their last 11, or 7 of their last 11, right? 7 to tie 8, because you got the tiebreaker, so it would have to be like 8. So I don't see the Lakers going 4-7. I don't see that over this last stretch. Now, again, anything can happen. Knock on wood. There's no injuries or any of that. But yeah, I just don't. I don't see that happening. I think they're going to get dialed in here. So, in fact, I think the Lakers will win at least 7. They at least have to go 7-4 over this last 11. But I would love to see an 8-3. I would love that. If we take a look at their schedule here. Let's see where we can find 8 wins in here. So you got the Pacers and Bulls. I think that's going to be a tough match. Both of those games are going to be tough. The Pacers are really good. With Halliburton, a lot of the Lakers' weaknesses Indiana has. That big guard. They got guys who can knock down shots. They also have Siakam there. They got Turner there, so they got a big. So it's going to be tough, but you got it back-to-back. I think you got to win tonight. I really do, because it's going to be tough to win. It's going to be tough to play tonight and then turn around and go into Chicago. We saw what Chicago just did on Saturday, and shout out to Chicago, man. They've actually won 8 of their last 10 games. They've beaten some good teams. They beat Denver. They beat Denver the other night. So right after they beat us Saturday, then they beat Denver on Sunday. So or Monday, whatever. So they've been playing some good basketball, but that's going to be tough to go into both places on the back-to-back. I don't know who all will be available on Thursday. So that's going to be tough. So I think you got to split this. You got to find a way to split this. I would love 2-0. That'll kind of right this 0-3 start. We'll see if they can do it. It's going to be a tall task, because they're going to be lit in Chicago. They're going to be lit in Indiana. So these are going to be 2 tough games. The Lakers can't do, they cannot overlook these games. They got some bigger games coming up over the weekend and push it into next week, which we'll talk about. So they cannot overlook these 2 games. They got to go in there and they got to steal one of these games, one of the 2. So if you split those, you get a win there. That's 1 win, right? We're trying to get to 8. That's our magic number. That's 1 win. And then on Saturday, you go into Memphis. That's a huge game. It counts as double, kind of, because again, they're half a game ahead of us. So it's a head-to-head matchup. So you get a lot done. It counts as 2 there, right? So that's going to be a tough one. And then you come home for 1, 2, 3 games, and 2 of which are major games, big games. You got the Houston Rockets on Monday, and then you got the Golden State Warriors on Thursday. Now, we're chasing Houston. Golden State is chasing us. We just talked about it. They're 2 games behind us. So that game counts as double for them also. A win counts as double, because they'll get a full game on us. So those are big games. These are the big 3, Memphis, Houston, and the Warriors. That's a big stretch starting on Saturday, heading into Monday, right? And then Thursday. So again, that's why I say the Lakers cannot overlook, the Pacers and the Bulls. It's easy to overlook those 2 games because they'll be focused on those 3, Memphis, Houston, and the Warriors. Because the thing is, you keep losing. Like if the Lakers lose both of those games, if they lose later tonight to Indiana and then they turn around and lose to Chicago, and Golden State wins their next 2 games, then you're looking at, boom, they tie us. Now we're tied in the loss column. And again, the Lakers do on the tiebreaker, but if we lose Indiana and the Bulls and Golden State goes on a nice run, then they turn around and beat us next Thursday. Boom, they pass us up. The Lakers could be looking at they could slip all the way down to 6, right? And we already talked about 7, falling down to 7 to the play-in. So, yeah, I think you, over those 3, again, Chicago, Indiana, I think you split. So that's 1. Over these next 3, these games are huge. I think you got to find a way to win 2 of those games. You got to find a way to win 2 of those games. Ideally, I would like for it to be against the Grizzlies and the Rockets, because those two games, they're closer to us. We're chasing both of those. They're ahead of us in the standings. So those are the two that I would like to win. But you got to find a way to win two. All three would be great. That'll be great. That'll be some Lakers basketball right there, right? That's understanding the assignment and getting the damn job done. That's what I would love. But more realistically, just find a way to win two of those games. So you're going to win one. You're going to split in Indy and Chicago. You're going to win two of these three between the Grizzlies, Rockets, and Lakers. So now that's 3 wins. Now we got to try to find 5 more. We're trying to get to 8, right? You got the Pelicans. That's on a back-to-back, another back-to-back. So these are our final back-to-backs of the season. Let me look. No, we have another. We got 3 sets of back-to-backs left. We got the one, Indiana, and then tomorrow, the Bulls. And then you got another one next week. So that Pelican, you're going to have to win that Pelicans game. You just got to. So that gets you to 4 games. And then you got 2 games in OKC on April 6th and April 8th. Now, these 2 games, OKC will have everything wrapped up. You're the final 4 or 5 games of the season. They'll have everything wrapped up, so they may not play everyone there. And if they don't, you got to take advantage of that. You got to find a way to win both of those games, right? But let's just say they split one there. So now we're at, where are we at? We're at 1, 3, 4. Now you're at 5. Yeah, you're at 5 there. And then you go to Dallas. AD is back, by the way. Shout out to AD. He came back last night. So you go to Dallas. That's going to be Luka's game. That's the Luka. That's the Luka game, right? His first trip to Dallas. I'm not worried about that. Luka's going to score 80 points, and we're going to win that game. So, you win that one. So that's another one. And then you end the season with the Rockets and the Trailblazers. You got to beat the Rockets. We still may be jostling for seeding there for that 2 seed. So let's win that one. And hopefully that April 13th game, you can rest everyone. So what did we get to? I think I counted 7. 1 between the Bulls and the Pacers. You win 2 of the 3 between Grizzlies, Rockets, and Warriors. So that's 3 wins. You got to win against the Pelicans. That's 4. You got to split the OKC. You got to win one of those. That's 5. You beat the Mavericks. That's 6. You beat the Rockets. That's 7. So they're 7 and 4. That final game of the season, April 13th. Hopefully we got everything locked up and we can kind of rest guys there, right? You rest guys there, and then you get a whole week with the play-in stuff. You rest guys there. That's what I would like. But if we got to play and you got to win that game, then maybe you win there. That's the 8th game. But again, those 2 OKC games, I think they're going to rest guys there. Or if anything, they'll probably play everyone in that first one and then rest guys in the second one. But I don't think they want to tip their hand. I think they're going to rest guys in both of those games. We'll see. But then SGA could be playing for the MVP, right? That may be undecided by then. Although I don't know, it probably is decided already. Jokic he's missed a lot of games as of late. So I don't know. There's a lot. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when it comes. But you at least got to win one of them. If you can win both of those, then that's a clear path to getting to the those 8 wins that I talked about. But 7 and 4 at least, at worst. But I want 8 and 3. That's what I want, 8 and 3. If you do that, I think that you can probably claim that 2 seed. I really do. All right. Big game tonight. In Indiana. They're going to be lit. They've been playing well as of late. So it's going to be a fun matchup, a fun game. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough matchup. Indiana with that home crowd, they're going to be lit. They're going to be on fire. And they got a lot of players over there, right? Halliburton, that big, athletic, physical guard, that can cause some problems to the Lakers defense. So let's go in there. Let's steal that one, man. Let's go in there. Let's steal it. Tomorrow, you're in Chicago for a back-to-back. They're going to be lit in that one, too. They're going to be running and gunning. Again, I don't know who will all be available in that game. We'll have to wait and see what happens in tonight's game. So that's going to be the tougher one to try to go in there and get. We just can't lose both of them. Again, you got to split. You got to find a way to win tonight. And yeah, we'll figure everything else out. The injury report for tonight, LeBron and Rui have both been upgraded to probable, so they're both good to go. So that's good news. Something else before we get out of here, Jordan Goodwin. This is his final game. He only has one game remaining on the two-way contract. So after tonight, he's obviously active tonight. He's on the trip. He's going to play tonight. So after tonight, that's it. The Lakers have to make a decision on him. So I don't play around with it, man. He's been too much of a part to this team. He's been in the rotation. He's even started some of these games. So he's been a key part to the rotation. He's part of that 9-man Lakers rotation. So don't mess around with it. They should have him signed tonight. They should have that contract ready and that contract in his hands tonight as they take that short flight. It's a very short flight from Indiana to Chicago. It's like a 30-minute flight. Before they land in Chicago, you know, that thing should have some wet ink on it, right? Don't mess around with it. Now, they're not obligated. They can wait until the end of the season. They got until the end of the season, but he just won't be able to play. Again, he's part of the rotation, so I can't see them waiting. That makes no sense. The only benefit of waiting is what you're going to save, some tens of thousands of dollars or whatever. It's not a lot of money that they're going to save, so I don't know exactly, it could be more than that, but it's not a lot of money. We know that for sure. It's not millions or nothing. It's going to be a prorated vet minimum that he's going to get this year and then a vet minimum moving forward. So, yeah, I think after tonight, tomorrow when we're in Chicago, he should have a contract. Like, he should. Don't mess around with it. Again, they can wait until the end of the season to do it, but why? Like, why do that and have him not play? Because he can't play two-way. He can't play on a two-way, so why have him just sitting there, right? It makes no sense. And again, he's been a vital part of our rotation. And he's been playing very well. So, yeah, give Goodwin his contract, man. This is his final game. Give him that contract. And then, of course, they still have to make a decision on Koloko or Jemison, which one of them they want to keep or whatever. So, yeah, expect some roster moves right away, as early as later tonight. I think you waive Cam Reddish and you go ahead and convert Goodwin. Go ahead and do that. And then Koloko and Jemison, you're still trying to figure that out, which one you're going to bring. Two entirely different types of player, types of center. So I don't know which one they're going to favor, lean more towards, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll still have some games with those two guys. So I think a handful of games for both of them. So you got some time. But Goodwin, this is it. This is his final game on a two-way. So yeah, I expect him to be signed later tonight. All right. I think that's all we got, man. It's game day. So remember, it's an early tip-off because they are in Indiana. I think it's a 4:30 Pacific tip-off. So it's one of those for us, you know. So be mindful. You might have to listen to the first quarter on your way home from work or whatever the case may be. But if you're planning on watching or listening, that is a quick programming note. 4:30 tonight in Indiana. We got to break this 3-game skid. And we got to start getting back on the right side of things. All right. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Enjoy the game tonight. Let's get this W tonight. And after tonight, we'll be at 10 games. So after tonight and tomorrow, then we're in single digits. Single digits after tonight and tomorrow. Wow, this season went by fast. Wow. Let's see the offense tonight, man. I want to see the offense start clicking a little bit more. You can't have 18-point quarters. You know, you're not going to beat many teams if you do that. You cannot do that. We got to get it clicking offensively. We only had 19 assists the other night in Orlando. 19 assists. That's terrible for any offense, right? But an offense that's featuring LeBron, Luka, and AR, you know, probably two of the greatest of all time playmakers that we've ever seen. And then you got AR. Yeah, we got to do better. We got to be better. All that ISO ball, that hero ball, you know, it's Luka's turn, then it's LeBron's turn, then it's AR's turn. No, like, let's get back to what we were doing, right? Let's get Jackson involved again. And if they're going to pay attention to Jackson, then let's get that weak side offense flowing again, right? Something that we had started to see. They start putting bodies on Jackson. Jackson started commanding some attention, and the weak side was wide open. And everybody else, let's start knocking down some shots. Let's get Rui going again. I know he's still trying to find his way. He's dealing with that knee. He's going to be dealing with that knee for the rest of the season, but let's get him going. He only had 5 points in 20 minutes in Orlando, and he only took like 4 shots. So we need more from him. DFS, he's been balling. He had 14 against Orlando, knocked down 4 threes. So his 3 ball has been wet as of late. His offense has been looking good as of late. Let's keep that going. And everyone else, Gabe, let's bounce back. You know, we thought he'd start finding his way. He was looking good. But the last game, not so much. He only gave you 4 points. Yeah, let's get it going again, man. Let's get the offense clicking, right? And then defensively, let's get back dialed in. Let's communicate. Let's talk. And let's get back to that defense that we know that they're capable of playing. I think a lot of it is just being locked in. Lock in, Lakers. It's time to lock in. Only 11 games remain. Lock in. We can still go get that 2 seed, but you're going to have to start beating some of these teams. You're going to have to beat Indiana. You're going to have to beat Chicago, you know, Memphis. You're going to have to start winning some of these games. So let's lock in, baby. Let's get after it. It's a great time, Lakers Nation. Great time. We're about to make this push, and we'll be here every day to talk all about it. And yeah, let's ride. Again, thank you for joining the LOEdown, the LOE Daily Pod. I appreciate all of you. Get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, let's do this thing. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It is and always will be Lakers over everything, man. We'll tap in with you guys in the next one. Get this W tonight, baby. Peace.
He still got it.
Lakers Nation, LOE fam, thanks for watching, man. We greatly appreciate you. Make sure you like this thing up. Make sure you share this thing out. Make sure you subscribe. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to LOE, baby. Welcome. And make sure you turn on your post notifications. Hit that bell so you don't miss anything going on here at LOE. Follow us on the socials. Instagram at Lakers_over_everything. Twitter at THEE1LOE. Once again, Twitter at THE1LOE. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It's Lakers over everything.
Can't sleep, can't eat till you get it right. Oh, all my life I've been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, gotta pay that. Pay the price. Can't be real, but I'm living the life. All my life I've been grinding all my life. Lakers, baby. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah.
I'm a Laker till I die. Rest in peace, Chick Hearn.
93-70. This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed. The lights out. Butter's getting hard. The eggs are cooling, and the Jell-O is jiggling. Been jiggling for a long time.